Happy Tanksgiving, folks. You know, every time I played the USA, I've almost always reestablished the gold standard. Continuing the New Deal feels weird. This is the light tank design I'm going to go for first. It is fast, deals a lot of soft attack, and is rather cheap. And this is the template I plan on putting those into. 6 light tanks, 6 motorized infantry, 2 motorized artillery with engineer and support artillery. Plan to add maintenance company once I've got that researched. It's fast, does a lot of soft attack, and it's got a combat width of 30. The Stuart doesn't have much in the way of armor, but it is intended to be more of an anti-infantry vehicle. Once I get to the point where I'm going to be fighting Germany and seeing actual tanks, I plan to have medium tanks researched and in production. Now that I've got a tank template, I don't really need the army XP anymore, so I've disbanded my starting army, and I'm going to rebuild it with only that tank division. Switching to mobile warfare doctrine is something else that feels wrong as the US, but for an all-tank build, it is the best doctrine. Motorization drive, embrace the future, maneuver warfare. Okay, so I did make some infantry just to fill out the front line. I don't remember whether the Mexican nationalization of their oil comes first or the Panay incident, but I plan to go to war over both of them. I thought it was the Panay incident, but I wasn't certain. You know, instead of raising infantry of my own, I really should have just levied the Filipinos. Now, let the convoy raiding commence. Now that we're at war. Took Okinawa, but they're holding out on Iwo Jima. Pretty much just from convoy raiding, I've already dealt the second most casualties to Japan. Japanese surface fleet came out and tried to stop the invasion, but, well, that wasn't all the surface fleet, but the detachment they sent got clapped.
Ready to move.
The giant has awoken.
Move out!
Just got an overrun and an encirclement. Can't really afford to lose stability or war support, but that's not going to stop me. Can I get another overrun? Nah. Man, these tanks are amazing. The Japanese can't pierce it.
Listen up.
The Great Depression is no more.
Ready to move.
Big part of the front is held by only one cavalry division. If I could get any supply, I could cut it. Maybe if I send in more tanks to the other side. You know, if China gets their peace deal with Japan by an event, then I won't have to deal with them at the peace conference. I'll be able to have Japan all to myself, which would be quite nice because I've currently got 17% of the war score. Crossing the Yellow River unopposed. Partially unopposed. I just got a ribbon over here. I almost caught up to China in casualties against Japan, but they've been staying just ahead of me. That's not quite an encirclement. We've taken Beijing back though. This is the design I'm going with for the medium tank. Goes at about 10 kilometers an hour and has almost 100 piercing, and it's fairly cheap. These light tanks are great for these encirclements. Manchukuo capitulated, and all the Japanese divisions that have been in their land encircled. Song Qiang these nuts! Manchukuo is about to capitulate too, yep. 10,000 shy of China. Hopefully the AI should be able to take care of that landing, but just in case. Yeah, they got it. Would you look at that, I happened to pause it exactly a year before the USA got into the war historically. Japan's been pushed off the mainland, shouldn't China be getting their scripted peace deal now? Well, since it doesn't seem China's going to be able to peace out, I'll just have to invade the home islands. These submarines they're dying, but they're keeping us from all landing at the same time, which almost killed the invasion. The invasion of Kyushu was enough for me to overtake China in kills on Japan.
Ready, sir. Move out!
Should be able to attack across that.
Ready, sir.
Kyoto secured, Osaka cut off. We were at 1 million on the dot before that, now we're at 1.1 million. That was 100,000 that just died there. And there we go. The partition of Japan is disgusting, I gotta say. I have developed a machine gun nest on wheels with an artillery piece included. And with that I've created a copy of the light tank division, but replacing the light tanks with medium tanks and the motorized with mechanized. I plan to replace the motorized artillery with self-propelled artillery eventually, but I don't have the XP for it at the moment. Check out this simple trick to go to war with Mexico without them joining the Allies.
Move out! Ready to move.
Oh, would you look at that? Mexico's got medium tanks. $170,000 kills to 2,000 losses, and we're not even done yet.
Yes, sir.
Oh look, another medium tank division. 200,000. Ooh, I like the look of that. That gave me more than enough XP to switch these out for SPGs. Oh yeah, earlier Japan demanded French Indochina from Vichy France. When Communist China and China go to war, I've seen China get kicked out of the Chinese United Front, but this time Communist China got kicked out, and I don't think they stand a chance. They especially don't stand a chance because I'm going to be supporting the nationalists. I shall name the tank destroyer Curiosity, because I expect it'll have some big cats to kill. About the right time to get into this war. I think I'll send MacArthur again since I'm actually not using him this time. That's first. Let's hope I can get there before I run out of fuel.
Listen up. Move out.
The design cannot have more than one sonar module, literally 1984. The Germans are able to pierce my light tanks, but it won't avail them. Ooh, and they're retreating into the pocket, nice. Italian infantry can also pierce my light tanks. East Africa's been cleaned up, now there's just one pocket left in Central Africa, but I am not touching that. First medium tanks are in the field. I just realized my mediums have had riveted armor this whole time. Looked over here because I saw Germany and Hungary are having a falling out and saw that the Soviet Union has invaded Italy. Can't let the Soviets take all of Italy. Brits are going for Sicily. I'm going for...
Listen up.
So the Hungarians here cannot pierce my mediums. Let's see about the Germans. Yeah, the Germans can pierce my mediums, but they're still gonna die. Gotta say, this is one of the softest underbellies I've seen. Oh hey, I can get an encirclement in here. Why'd they capitulate to Britain? I did most of that work. Can I get an overrun? Yep. Let's rush through the Alps before the Germans can set up a defensive line. Guess that is a wonderful place for you to go. Probably should have focused on this part of the front. which is better defended by mountains, but I'm pretty sure these Slovaks won't be able to stand up to my light tanks. Okay, so these divisions over here, they can't pierce my mediums. Perfect. And more medium tanks are in the field. If I had better supply over here, I'd be more confident in this offensive. I think that's us through the Alps up here. I should bring the mediums over. And these are eating up so much supply, but if I can make them work. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, speaking of the economy, we're slowly pushing through. Like the song says, the push towards Berlin has begun. They just marched on into that salient. I mean, if they want to get encircled, I'm happy to oblige. Oh dang, I thought Russia was pushing them before we landed. How does our having landed and pushed all the way up into Germany mean Germany is doing better on the Eastern Front? Across the Danube down near Vienna. We're shredding them in Bratislava, but they keep cycling troops in. You ever go down the modern blitzkrieg path just to flex on Germany and their desperate defense? This front is not looking great over here.
Ready. Attention.
Broke that one immediately, and I'm gonna get that one pretty quick. 12 Axis divisions encircled. The Romanian tanks are coming in to try and stop my drive on Budapest. Seem to have cleared a bit out of Budapest. Let's give that another try. Supply on this front is terrible, but I see Britain's opening up a couple more for us. Well, the front in Hungary is bogged down to a lack of supply, so I think I'm going to move the medium tanks out. I think I'm going to change the medium tank template to this, replacing 2 of the mechanized infantry with medium tank destroyers. This brings down organization, but only to about 30, and brings up our piercing quite a bit. Dang, the Germans are still holding out in Central Africa. I think I'm actually going to send these over to France. Let's see whether my mediums can pierce the German mediums now that I've got tank destroyers in them. Yep.
Ready, sir.
9 divisions encircled. Just finished my air doctrine, got 1 left on the naval doctrine, and 1 left on land. There's an achievement for that if I hadn't got it already.
Orders.
Oh yeah, now the Soviets are pushing.
Ready, sir.
Now if these guys can just make it in time. We're getting close to the British over here. Oh, that's empty. And I think that's all them cut off over here. Now to work on this pocket.
Move out.
There's naval doctrine completed. Just in time.
Orders.
They are 1 division thick there. And they're 1 division thick on parts of the front over here. Ooh, I captured one of those German railway guns. The French connected over here. Destroyer deploying.
Fire. Ready.
Meanwhile over here, I'm gonna make a push for Frankfurt.
Let them have it.
Now that France has been dealt with, I'm going to move the mediums back over to Germany for the final offensive. Oh, the Soviets are getting very close to Berlin. Let's see if we can get them off. There's a gap in the front.
Move
Send
out.
those in to guard my flanks.
Move out.
This one's running out of fuel. I'll have to send in someone else to help. Might be a bad idea, but I'm only going to risk like 1 light on this. Well, they're defending this capital. It's a shame I can't bring the railgun up for this operation. Is that it? I really should have more war score than this. Anyway, I'm going to use it to puppet Germany down in the areas I occupied. And I'll make an Italian puppet up in Venice. Let's see if I contest this. I'll also have enough to demand the rest of northern Italy, which they're going to demand too, but they've conceded everything except that original state. American Italy, American Occupation Zone, United Mexican States, and American Japan. And I have enough Army XP to finish off Blitzkrieg. I gotta say, this isn't the worst piece I've seen, especially if you look on the factions map mode.